Let's go just that.
Hey guys, what's up? It's definitely been a while. I've been super busy and honestly just have not had the time to make any videos. When I went to Richmond for the Spirit JP event, I did have some difficulties. Fortunately, on like the first session, I broke the carrier in the rear diff. I think it might have been, I don't know if the welding of the diff made everything real brittle or whatnot, but it blew everything apart. Had to pull that. Luckily, Ben, one of my buddies, was able to find a friend of his that had a 48.8, so we were able to go get that and swap it in. And then after I swapped it in, first run, I blew a power steering line, got that everywhere, which was not fun. So definitely a tough event for me, but I'm going to address all those issues and get back to driving soon. The biggest thing is I'm actually going to try to upgrade the rear end a bit. I did chip up the pinion, and I right now there's a LSD, like a stock track lock LSD 8.8 diff in my car, which I'll hopefully be taking that out, doing some C-clip eliminators, and also doing a spool. And that's going to basically be a whole lot stronger than like either the mini spool, which I had issues with, or a standard just welded. This is the side piece of the mini spool. You can see here, big chunks of it have broken off. I do not recommend this. Really what the issue is, and I don't know if all of them have it or not, but there's too much space between here and the cross pin. Like these can rotate a little bit, and obviously the shock lining of that will break the ends of the mini spool. So I would not recommend this. And you can see like here the contact areas are not even. So I would definitely not recommend this to anyone. So that's why I'm going to have to go to a full spool and then also the C-clip eliminators so I can keep my axles in. See, the garage looks a little different. I was actually able to purchase a trailer, which is great. I got a brand new trailer, and I can actually fit in the garage with the car on it. As you can see here, it's a 16-foot tandem axle trailer. I got it from Kaufman Trailers, which is here in North Carolina. I would definitely highly recommend them to anyone that's looking for a trailer. This is a open center car hauler, they call it, so that the middle is actually open, which I'll show you. And it's got a very slight dovetail, which works great for a car like this because I can load the car with the skirts and the lip-on, which I have not found a trailer that can do that. And it's got these extra long ramps as well, which makes it super easy to load. I don't have to deal with like 2x10s or anything like what a lot of other people have to. So this is what I mean by open center. It's got two like tread plates on the side, nice diamond plate, and I can actually get underneath the car and work on it if I want to, which I'll show you. So if we come up here, come underneath, you can see just how much room I have direct access to the oil pan. And if we slide underneath here, look, I've got suspension, oil pan, transmission, drive shaft, exhaust, front of the engine, really everything I can take a look at and work on if I need to when the car is still on the trail, which is super nice. The other thing I'm going to address while I'm working on the rear end, you can see how far sunken in this side is, and this is because the Ford Explorer axle is so offset. I'm thinking about buying like an actual nice steel spacer, and that's the same size as this to move everything out, or I could lengthen one side of the rear end, which I don't know how well that would work. I've never really seen anyone do that. Or I can get a different rear end and weld new brackets on it, but that sounds like a lot of work as well. So the Explorer has the offset, but I believe a lot of the Panther chassis cars, which is the like Crown Vic and all that, and you can see here on this side how much difference there is. Go ahead and measure that real quick. But the Panther chassis cars have a very wide rear end, which is like a Crown Vic or something similar, and they have 31 spline axles and disc brakes, and they are also centered. But the problem is that those are still very expensive because they're relatively new when they went to the rear end, or to the 31 spline axles. All the ones before it would have 28 spline. So you can see it's approximately, this sticks out like an inch, I would want to say. It's hard to probably tell with the camera, but the edge of the wheel is sticking out an inch past the flare. On this side, again, hard to see. Camera doesn't want to focus. I believe it's about 1.5 inches that the wheel sticks in. So I need about a 2.5 inch spacer, which sounds about right as far as what the offsets are left to right on the Ford Explorer 8.8. I will definitely see if I can get a steel, not aluminum, 2.5 inch spacer, like a nice machine steel one. I believe that there's some companies that do it. Otherwise, I can look at trying to get some material to extend the rear end and sleeve it and everything. But I think just the spacer is going to be a simpler option right now. I just hope it does not come back and have a failure and end up being the worst choice in the long run. Here's the rear end that the Carrier came from. It's actually a Fox body rear end, which is symmetrical. It's a little narrower than the Explorer rear end, which would be good for someone that has a stock bodied ARC-7. I can go ahead and put some measurements on it, but it does have smaller physical axle tubes. And normally they come with 28 spline axles, but these actually have 31 spline Moser axles in it, and it's got a forward Explorer Carrier and track lock in it for the 31 spline. So it's about 54 1/4 from the, these are like the back end plates for the brakes. And then I'm going to measure this there from there to the there to here, or there to the wheel flange. Excuse me, Abby. Oh, it's about 2 inches there. I don't know if you can kind of see that. Hard to tell, but it is 2 inches. In fact, I can't keep this. There you go. That's 2 inches. So 54, 58 inches to the wheel surface, which actually is very close to the Explorer, and this is centered, which would probably work out well for a lot of people with FBs. Just run a smaller flare. One other interesting thing to note is the width of where the lower control arms and the shock mounts are. These are actually extremely close to where they need to be for the FB. I just measured them. I think these are about 50 or 44. Let's measure it again. And the FB are about 43. So you may be able to build some sort of triangulated suspension setup with these if you wanted to. Yeah, so it's about 45. A little less in the front. So there's definitely an option there as well. It'd be very interesting to put this up under an FB, which I actually will be doing very soon. The other thing too, these are 3 inch axle tubes instead of 3 1/4, which means that any of the popular bolt-on panhard bar mounts would work, which make a panhard setup really easy to run with this, which is another good thing because you know all the issues with the Watts link for the ARC-7. So I would definitely say that this is a very good choice if you want to run on your ARC-7 is a Fox body rear axle. Actually be building that exact axle you just saw for a customer very soon. He is going to be doing an LS swapped 85 RX-7, so an FB Series 3 just like mine. He's going to run that 48.8 and hopefully a FC subframe swap up front, or a 5-lug S13 swap so he gets power steer and everything. We'll definitely have some videos about that as I work on the rear end, and then I'm going to be also doing some help on the car. My buddy's doing the swap, but I'm going to advise. Alright guys, thanks for checking out my video. Thank you for all the support. I've gotten a lot of new subscribers lately, so welcome if you haven't seen any new videos yet. And definitely please continue to be patient. Doing a lot of stuff right now, really trying to not put as much work into my car, work on some other people's cars. So I will hopefully be doing video updates on those, but we'll see how those go. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all soon.